In the crowded cosmos of television, sitcoms often burn bright and fade quickly. But some shows defy gravity, holding a place in our cultural orbit long after their final episodes air. The Big Bang Theory is one of those shows, a phenomenon as improbable as the scientific theories it references. It launched in 2007 as a quirky comedy about nerdy physicists and their pretty neighbor, and by the time it ended in 2019, it had become one of the most watched and highest-paid sitcoms in TV history. But what was the secret weapon that made The Big Bang Theory so successful? Not the geeky science references, though those were plentiful. Not even the unforgettable catchphrases like Sheldon's, "Bazinga," or Howard's tight pants. No, the true secret weapon was something deeper, subtler, and utterly irreplaceable. Authenticity. That word may seem out of place in a multi-camera sitcom, where laugh tracks echo and characters rarely change clothes. But The Big Bang Theory dared to treat its subject matter, geek culture, friendship, and the complexities of intelligence, with genuine love rather than parody. And that authenticity, that rare blend of heart and humor, is why this show cannot be replicated, no matter how many spin-offs or imitators may arise. Science meets soul on the surface. The show's premise sounds like a punchline. 4 brilliant scientists who can explain quantum mechanics but not small talk, and a waitress-turned-actress who knows nothing about science but everything about human interaction. Classic fish-out-of-water comedy. But instead of turning its characters into exaggerated stereotypes, the show leaned into their depth. Leonard wasn't just the awkward guy pining for the hot girl next door. He was a man deeply aware of his own emotional limitations and trying to overcome them. Sheldon wasn't just a know-it-all. He was someone grappling with a brain that worked brilliantly but couldn't grasp basic social cues. The magic wasn't just in the writing, it was in the casting. Jim Parsons as Sheldon Cooper is a performance so iconic it borders on mythical. His comedic timing, posture, and total commitment to the role turned a potentially annoying character into one of the most beloved in TV history. Johnny Galecki's Leonard brought groundedness, Kaylee Cuoco's Penny provided warmth and humor without ever being reduced to a trope, and the rest of the ensemble, from Simon Helberg's Howard to Mayim Bialik's Amy, grew into fully fleshed-out individuals in their own right. That growth is part of what made The Big Bang Theory special. Sitcoms often resist change. They thrive on formula. The same characters doing the same things in slightly different scenarios. But The Big Bang Theory allowed its characters to evolve. Sheldon got married. Howard became a father. Penny gave up acting. These weren't stunts or ratings grabs, they were natural progressions, built up over years of character development. You can't replicate that kind of trust between writers, actors, and audience overnight. Nerd culture before it was cool. When The Big Bang Theory premiered, comic books, cosplay, and Dungeons and Dragons were still considered niche interests. Geekdom hadn't yet gone mainstream. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was in its infancy. Superheroes were more likely to be bullied than idolized. And yet, the show didn't treat its nerdiness as something to mock. It celebrated it. The characters talked seriously about string theory, played Halo like their lives depended on it, and quoted Star Trek and Doctor Who with reverence. Instead of making fun of their hobbies, the show invited the audience in, to laugh with them, not at them. That tone, warm, inclusive, and curious, turned millions of viewers into honorary geeks. It wasn't just about what the characters liked, it was about why they liked it, because in their obsessions, we saw our own. Everyone has something they love too much, whether it's comic books or cooking shows. The Big Bang Theory just happened to make the obscure feel universal. Today, countless shows try to capture that same geeky charm, but they often miss the heart. They either go too heavy on the references or caricature the culture entirely. What made The Big Bang Theory work was that its writers, many of whom had science backgrounds, understood the world they were writing about. They weren't pretending, and that sincerity can't be copied. The chemistry you can't bottle. The show's true secret, though, might be its most intangible quality: chemistry. TV is littered with failed ensemble comedies that had talented casts but no spark. The Big Bang Theory had that unteachable, magical chemistry that made every interaction, even an argument about seat cushions, feel electric. The actors weren't just performing, they were reacting to each other in real time, building rhythms and relationships that made the group feel like a real found family. There's no algorithm for that. No formula. You can't audition for it or write it into a script. It's lightning in a bottle. Just look at the final season. Even as plotlines became more sentimental and the jokes softened, fans didn't leave. They stayed because they cared. Because watching these characters evolve felt like watching old friends grow up. There was closure, but no finality. The Big Bang wasn't a bang at all. It was a steady, heartfelt expansion, like the universe itself. Why it can't be recreated. CBS has tried to extend the magic with Young Sheldon, a clever and charming prequel that focuses on Sheldon's childhood in Texas. It works in its own way, but it's a different show. The charm of The Big Bang Theory wasn't just Sheldon. It wasn't just geek culture. It was the once-in-a-lifetime confluence of cast, character, timing, and tone. Pop culture is full of reboots, remakes, and spiritual successors, but The Big Bang Theory resists that trend. Its brilliance came from an era, a mood, and a cast of people who found something real within something ridiculous. It made science cool without dumbing it down. It made awkwardness lovable without exploiting it. It made friendship feel like gravity, an invisible force that holds everything together. And that can never be replicated. Would you like me to format this as a blog post, add headings or pull quotes, or turn it into a video script or social media content?